The College of Arts and Sciences presents Thinkers, Tinkers, and Talkers. This podcast is a chance to get to know faculty behind the scenes and who they are outside of the classroom at Northwestern State University in Natchitoches, Louisiana. This podcast is for the faculty of NSU, students, and anyone else who may be interested in the topics that are discussed. Hosted, edited, and produced by Grace Jensen, each episode will give you an inside glimpse of certain hobbies or interests of NSU staff. We encourage listeners to get to know the person, not just the professor, and a piece of their lives outside of campus. This is Thinkers, Tinkers, and Talkers.
Thinkers, Tinkers, and Talkers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Thinkers, Tinkers, and Talkers. I'm your host, Grace Jensen, and I am joined today by Professor Anna Dugas.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good. So, let's just jump straight into the questions, I guess. Unless you want to talk a little bit about yourself, your background, what you teach.
Well, I am a professor of physics, so I'm probably one of the most feared people on campus, you know. But no, I'm a tenured assistant professor, and I've been here about 7 years, and I teach general physics classes primarily to those who really don't want to take physics. So that is kind of my repertoire. But in addition to that, I also do some research. I work with the Louisiana Space Grant, and I teach students how to build payloads to go to space. And in addition to that, I also am the STEM school facilitator, which means I help out the director of the STEM in pretty much a whole bunch of different activities related to the school STEM.
Heck yeah. Let it be known that I actually didn't hate physics when I took it my senior year of high school. I actually kind of understood it.
Wow. That's
my teacher,
awesome.
Not the best.
Yeah.
But I understood physics. So, okay. Before we get into the questions that I have about more of your outside interests, I know before the episode we'd kind of discussed wanting to talk about the payloads. I want to know more about that because, like, sending stuff to space is so fun. It sounds so cool.
Yeah, and it's one of those things I never thought I'd be doing in my life, too.
Right.
No, it's really cool. It's a training program called the ACES. It's an acronym because it's NASA. Everything has an acronym. But it's basically the catalyst for students to get experience in NASA-type projects. So it's designed by the Louisiana Space Grant, which is a group that is funded by NASA to help promote activities of education so that people would be interested in working for them. So it's a kind of a development program in that way. But I basically run this program. I've done it, I guess, 6 times now. We're on our 6th iteration, where we go through a sort of a curriculum in the fall where they learn everything from, like, what is a resistor to how do I calibrate and build sensors that actually do what I need them to do without, like, always pulling a commercial device. So it's really some serious electronics design. But in addition, it's also project management and writing as well. And that's one of the best parts is these students need to learn that science has a lot of writing to it. Mm-hmm. And so in the spring, when we actually build the payload as a team, they actually have to go through basically 3 big reports where they end up like a 100-page report at the end. Mm-hmm. So they really get the full, like, documentation experience they need to be able to launch for NASA. And then they get to travel. So once they build their payload and they test their sensors, make sure it works, we go to a special testing at Louisiana State University, where they got a device that's, like, super expensive. Then we put it in and it changes everything and simulates the flight in terms of pressure and temperature. And then once they've got cleared of that, then they go to, right now we're going to Columbia Scientific Ballooning Facility in Palestine, Texas. Nice. And then it goes up into a balloon. So basically there's this big latex, huge balloon that these little payloads hang on the bottom of, and it sends it right up to the mid-stratosphere for a few hours, and then they come back.
Awesome.
And we get to explore what happens with the data.
That's so fun. That is so fun. Is there anything else that you'd want to talk about the STEM school with?
Sure. I mean, it's a fairly new kind of arrangement of
mm-hmm.
our science programs and our engineering programs have been around for a while.
Right.
But because of the collaborative nature of our field, we thought it was best that we kind of work together as a whole school system. So this has kind of been done also on campus with Kappa, with all the fine arts and the music kind of combined. This is STEM's version.
Yeah.
So in the STEM school, we have biology, we have physical science, which is physics and chemistry, we have engineering technology, and we have mathematics. So those are your classic STEM programs primarily, and they're working together, and we're cross-disciplinarily working in research projects. We've got an interesting focus in artificial intelligence, and hopefully we'll have a club that can come talk to you guys. That I need to work on that. So I just help. Dr. Lyles is the director, and I'm the facilitator that helps. And I really spend a lot of time working on recruitment and getting outreach to high schools and middle schools and elementary schools, and as well as working with the faculty to kind of cross-discipline.
Awesome. So as an academic, most people view you solely by your field of study, so we just want to take a moment to get to know you outside of your department. So the first question I have for you is, what is a project or a hobby that you're interested in or working on, have worked on, or have plans to work on in the future?
Okay. Well, I mean, I spent a lot of time working on science. It's kind of my main passion.
Right.
So yeah, obviously the Demon Stats is fun. I also work with I'm planning on setting up another project to work on some sea perch drones with the high school that's next to us, the LSMSA. And then I also really like working with little kids as well. I'm a mother and do like that, a lot too. It's kind of my second job, But I mean, I love going to their classrooms and talking about stuff. Like, I'll go in and talk about what waves do and bring in demos to like middle school class or an elementary school. We'll talk about what gravity is because it's kind of a big concept for a kindergartner, Right. But we'll have some fun activities with that.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of science, I'll be honest. But I have other hobbies. I love to sew. There was a period in my life where I was designing coats and doing some tailoring and stuff like that. I used to play piano a lot. I don't as much now, but I do. But I love music. But yeah, no, I mean, a lot of my passion is towards the science. So I spend most of my time there.
Right. So, keeping with the whole passion being science thing, when did your interest in the field of science, develop?
Oh, probably elementary school, honestly. Formally, though, in high school, I actually had a biology teacher, a sophomore biology teacher, that made us all do science projects, and I just really got into it. In fact, we did the regional school fair, and then I qualified to go to state, and then for 3 years I got to go to the state national convention as well. And just that whole process of being able to do that, experiments, conventions, and stuff like that really got me interested. And I got a chance my senior year in high school to actually do some research with a college professor as well, which is one of the reasons why I try to work with high schoolers too, because I want to take that back.
Right.
To really kind of show that that's the path I wanted.
Awesome. What was if you remember any of them, what was your favorite project that you did in high school?
In high school, I had kind of one big continuous project. It's kind of silly now, the chemistry I know now, but it was on environmentally safer antifreeze. When I was younger, Sierra antifreeze was a new product. They were advertising safer, right? Well, yeah. Ultimately it is, because it's made of propylene glycol, which is actually a chemical that doesn't kill dogs, unlike the real antifreeze. So that's what they were marketing for. But I was pouring it on plants and having a lesson in concentration and how it could still kill plants. Well, it's not fully environmentally safer if that's the case, Right. And so I was learning kind of how to where they're in concentrations, there's always a danger zone in every chemical,
right?
And so that was really what I was learning overall. But it was just kind of doing the experiments with that. I did initially a little lab experiment where I grew a little corn and soybean because I'm from Nebraska. That's what we had, in the lab. And then the next year I did it actually on a field plot because I lived on a farm, so I could do that. Right. And then the next year I did it a lot more formalized with that professor in using micropropagation, which is really a clean lab technique that's kind of cool. Right. It's a fancy way of grafting plants. Awesome. But I got to learn all information about concentrations and dangers and stuff like that.
Heck yeah. So if you didn't know, now you know. Properly dispose of your car fluids, being your antifreeze and your oil if you do them yourselves. Don't just throw them out willy-nilly. And that also applies to, literally every chemical ever. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that you're not technically supposed to just throw lithium-ion batteries in the trash.
Oh boy, yeah.
Because that's so bad. That's so bad. And then, like, I figured out recently, whenever I was doing, like, a clean out of my bedroom after I moved back into my parents' house, I have a bunch of old, like, nail polish bottles of, like, old nail polish that I just don't use, and, like, they've started drying up. And I was gonna just throw them in the trash, and I was like, wait, environmentalist brain, figure out how to properly dispose of this. So that's also one of those things that you can't just throw out.
Yeah.
Because it's bad.
Yep. Paints
very
and oils and all kinds of chemicals. Yep.
Yeah. So, next question I have is, what do you think is the most valuable lesson you have learned through your interest in science?
Oh, wow. That's a great question because, you know, I've been doing it for a very long time and there's been a lot of valuable lessons. I think overwhelming, I think it's not necessarily a learning, but more of an appreciation of the fact that humans are really talented. They just, if you get them turned the right way and kind of get it in the passion of the way they need to go, they really can go far. I mean, one of the best experiences I have is watching a student that maybe comes to me as a sophomore that is basically ready to run the field by the time they're senior. They've had enough experience of research successes and failures and changes of things that they're really ready. I've graduated, unfortunately, one of my favorite students just last year, who's headed off to grad school in science, and I know like that's one that I'm really proud of, and that's the best part of my entire experience is that is watching them grow.
Right. So I figured the answer to this is probably yes, because you've grown up around science. But does it tie to something nostalgic or like a fundamental part of you?
My science programs? Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's a natural curiosity I've always had. I mean, I was one of those 4-year-olds that would drive my mom and dad crazy by asking why, you know, a lot. You know, and I get my own taste of that from my own children now. So I definitely was always one of those that's driven to that curiosity side of nature already. Yeah. So it's just kind of one of those things I just did. Yeah. So yeah, it's a nostalgia thing.
Awesome. What is something that people would be shocked to discover about you?
I'm an open book a lot of times, so it's hard for them to think of something that would shock people. I don't know.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
That's cool too.
Okay.
Still a solid answer. So I kind of wanted to ask about how you got involved in the CREATE program.
Sure.
And like your involvement in that.
Well, I mean, the inspiration obviously is Fran Lemoyne. She's the original creator of the idea of this design. But she actually kind of asked me early on, hey, you know, I had this experience that was cross-disciplinary back in COVID. So the inspiration was I helped build face masks and potential equipment for music department. So that's kind of where I got to work with somebody within the sort of the same college, but not the same school, and got to kind of meet other departments, which was really fun. And it was also very serious because it was something that they really needed help, and we had the resources, and they didn't have to not get help that way.
Right.
But yeah, she asked if we wanted to come along and help, and I was like, absolutely. I mean, I do have a background that is more cross-disciplinary. I'm not a traditional physicist. I'm actually formally trained as a biological engineer. So that meant that I already was a biology/physicist already.
Right.
And so some of those kind of like general cross-disciplinary background I had in education kind of is easily carried over to other things. Plus, I also was a musician and I did a lot of things in high school. So I had a lot of experience that was well-rounded. So it just worked out that it's easy. And even though I would classify myself as an introvert, I really like talking to people with different opinions. So
I know you had previously mentioned that you used to play piano. What other instruments did you play?
Well, in band, I played trumpet and xylophone and glockenspiel and those kind of percussive instruments formally. But I was also one of the dabbled. Like pretty much, I would try all the different brass instruments. Yeah. I never really learned a clarinet. That was one I kind of deficient in. I always wanted to learn violin, but I never got there. But I had 10 years of classical piano training. You know, that was one of those paths I almost thought about doing, but science was a better calling for me.
Right. So. Right. This is my favorite thing to ask people who are like pianists and like are really big into piano pieces. Who's your favorite composer?
Ooh. One that I could play, probably Mozart. One I can't play is Chopin.
It'd probably be, for me, it's like tied between Chopin and Tchaikovsky.
Okay,
because
sure.
I love the Nutcracker.
Okay.
Like, I grew up with the Nutcracker because I took ballet when I was younger.
Okay, sure.
So I grew up watching Trooper Metropolitan doing the Nutcracker
Absolutely
all the time. So yeah. That's just kind of one of those things that I like to ask people who are, like, into music and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I have, like, I never did band in high school, but I took piano when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then my boyfriend was a band kid whenever he went here. Which is going to be really fun. Teasing one of the next episodes is going to be with Dr. Masahito Kuroda. My boyfriend was in the Tuba Euphonium ensemble with Dr. Kuroda.
Yep.
And so I told him I was doing an episode with him. My boyfriend just immediately started talking about how Dr. Kuroda has, like, all of these, like, really cool instruments in his
really
office.
Does.
Oh, I'm
He
so
really
excited
does.
to talk to him about that. I'm so excited.
You gotta ask him about his clear trumpet. That's his newest little thing he's got. And he's also really interested in physics. So we've had some really interesting physics conversations, too. So
Good segue back on science, because I had another science question that I kind of forgot about. I was like, like making a note in my head was like, ask about this. What's your favorite, more kind of on like a chemistry kind of related question.
Okay.
But what's your favorite, like, I'm thinking of it from like a college kid brain, because my favorite experiment to do in my chemistry classes were always titrations.
Really?
Like acid-base titrations. I don't know why.
You like to color change.
Yes, like it was always so satisfying because I took 2 years of chemistry when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I love my chemistry teacher. She retired from. I went to Captain Shreve.
Okay.
So I had Terry Platt for chemistry. And she retired right before my little brother started high school because she taught my older brother and she taught me, and I was really looking forward to her getting to teach the last Jensen kid. But I learned titrations first off when I was in high school.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, this is so fun. And then whenever I took chemistry again, I think freshman or sophomore year of college, the lab that we did titrations, I was like, oh, I am breezing through this. I know where to get it to get the very light pink. Oh, so much fun.
Very good.
So much fun. That was my personal anecdote of the episode. Had to throw it in there at least a little bit.
But what is my favorite experiment?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a chemist, but I have to tell you my physics ones. So
yeah, for sure.
I like to play with the Van de Graaff. I have very fine hair, and I've got it short now. It used to be longer, but it is really fun to watch his people's facial reactions when I stand up there and hold 100,000 volts and not die.
Yeah. So, is that the where, like, it's just like there's
a big conductor at the top.
Yeah.
And you can either, like, attach strings on it and you'll see, like, they'll go, and if you bring in the thing, lightning pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
It's a static electricity. Yes.
Because I remember, again, personal anecdotes. I just think about that all the time. Going to Sci-Port when I was a kid.
Yeah, they probably had one, I think, at one time.
And I think they had one at one point. Like, I vividly remember watching a little demonstration of it, and, like, the person, like, putting their hand up against it, and it's just like, whoo, hair everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those things that they had a lot in the science museums until, like, they realized, like, pacemakers, and it's not safe to have those. They kind of started pulling them all. Yeah. So that's why I feel like less kids get to see those now.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And now that just made me think of how long it's been since I've been to Sci-Port.
Uh-oh.
If you're from around the Shreveport area, and you, like, have young children, for some reason, take them to Sci-Port. Yeah. It's so much fun.
It really
Teach
is.
them about science.
I mean, and they also have, like, one of the best IMAXs now, too. They've really upgraded their equipment there, too. So.
That's also a vivid memory of me probably watching, like, Frosty the Snowman or something on the IMAX when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
Man, that was a fun field trip. This is just, like, a question that I have, because thinking of Sci-Port, my thought process is really weird sometimes. So I was just like, Sci-Port, elementary school field trips, science? Oh, we used to have, in my elementary, I went to University Elementary because it was in my neighborhood.
Sure.
And so we had, in our big science lab, we had this, like, big inflatable thing. It was like a tent-looking thing that filled up the entire room. And then it had projections of all of the, like, constellations.
Oh, you had one of those portable ones.
We had one of those portable ones. And, like, it was so cool. And then that made me think of, do you have a favorite constellation?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm really basic. Just the Big Dipper by itself, the North Star, it's kind of like the go-to.
Yeah.
But I do like the Orion. I love the winter sky, and usually crystal clear, you know, and a really good image of the Orion's my favorite.
For sure. I think mine is probably Perseus, I think.
Okay.
I'm a big Greek mythology kid, too.
Well, that is most of that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
But...
So, yeah. Time to get into my rapid fire questions, and then technically it's supposed to be like a one and done answer kind of thing.
Okay.
But we can expand on the answers if we want. So yeah. First one is, what is something that you always have on your person?
My phone. Like everybody else.
Naturally. Where would we be without it?
Yep.
Thanks, technology. Next one I have is, what is your favorite food?
I'm very varied, so that's a tough one. I guess I'll have to probably just go with, pizza.
True.
It's a very kid-like answer, but oh well.
Hey, my dad's from Buffalo, so I eat pizza like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite, either movie, book, or TV show? Could also be all three, if you have answers for all three of them.
Well, it's always ever changing, but right now my favorite book is in right now I'm currently reading Onyx Storm, but it's part of the Fourth Wing series. That's my favorite right now. That Discovery Witches is also really good. As you can tell, I like books.
Yeah.
I'm really into Night Agent in terms of TV shows. That one's kind of like 24 of old, but it's kind of cool. And that's on Netflix. Movie-wise, I hardly ever make it to movies. So it's been a while, but The Wild Robot was really awesome. That was the last one I saw.
I've been meaning to watch that one.
Yeah. I tend to watch kid ones if I do go to movies because, got kids. But that one was really good.
But, also, they have the formula down for kids' movies.
Yeah.
My boyfriend and I, we went with a couple of our friends to watch Inside Out 2.
Oh, yes. That one's great because I had a kid literally turning 13 the time that came out. That was so informative.
And so what if I cried a little bit during it?
I think we all did.
I cried during the first one. Leave me alone. So what? I cry for kids' movies. Leave me alone. What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt?
Ooh. I have no idea. I'm so wanting to be in science. It's not even funny. So, I don't know if there is another one. I mean, I teach too, I guess, but that's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I have a good answer for that stuff.
Hey, you're content where you're at, and that's all that matters. The last one I have is, what is your favorite word?
My kids would say it was no. What is my favorite word? Let's think about this one. I think it's measurement. Because I like to say it as measurement from Nebraska. And most people are like, what did you just say?
I was like, what are you
but
saying?
I spend so much time working with measurements.
Yeah.
I think that's it. And because I say it wrong, that's even more. Yeah.
So the old host, Fallon Lincoln, Fallon, if you're listening to this, we miss you. She's doing her residency in Lake Charles. So she worked at the radio station with me before she did her residency. And we were in the station one day, because my mom is from Bossier, and my dad is from North Dakota, and then, he was born in North Dakota, and then he grew up in Buffalo. He was in the military. That's how he ended up here.
Yeah, that's how you ended up in Bossier.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
He was stationed in Barksdale.
Yeah, that's what most of the stories are from that area. Yeah,
it stuck. And so, we were talking one day, and Fallon, she had made the comment, she was like, we were talking about, our different accents and stuff. And Fallon was like, Grace, your accent's just weird. And I'm like, true.
You were meshing between them all, yeah.
I said,
true. You were raised in Shreveport, though.
Yeah,
you have to have mostly a Shreveport accent.
Yeah. But I think my thing is, if I'm around somebody with a specific accent for a good enough amount of time, I start to pick up their accent. My boyfriend, he's from Atlanta, Texas.
Okay.
So his
side of the
family, they have more of a southern drawl.
Yep.
And so if I'm at his house for the weekend, I pick up the southern drawl again. And then whenever we're in Buffalo visiting family,
oh boy,
I sound more like a Yankee. And then I get road rage really bad. Turn into a Yankee when I get back.
So you're saying your dad was the road rager that you learned from?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, naturally. So yeah, it's just some things I say more like southern, quote quote, and then some things I'm just like, man, it's like I've been in Buffalo for 5 years.
That is, it happens. My kids are suffering from that too, because my husband's from South Louisiana.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have the accent his family does. Right. Until he goes down there. You know? But every once in a while, you'll see like a meshing of that in my boys. Like you'll get that, and then you'll get Nebraskan, which is completely different. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's the same with my best friend's my best friend and her fiance,
because his family's from Pennsylvania, and so but they've been living down here forever, so it's the same thing. Like she'll tell me like something that they've said, like a specific kind of slang. I was like, Vic, it's because they're from up north. Like, that's why they say it like that. I promise it's okay. If you had to pick one book or, like, book series to be your favorite, like, all time, would reread it over and over and over again, what would it be?
It has to be Harry Potter. I mean, I wasn't much of a reader when I was a kid.
True.
Even though I was an adult when Harry Potter really all came out. Right. It still was one that got me interested in reading.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And if I actually go back and look at all the different series I really like, they're like very Harry Potter-esque.
Harry Potter-esque.
Yeah,
true.
It's kind of like that part of that foundation.
Yeah.
You know, and if it wasn't Harry Potter series, it would be Lord of the Rings. So.
True.
But, yeah. So, kind of on that fantasy side, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. What's your Hogwarts house? What's your Hogwarts house?
My Hogwarts house. Ooh. I think it would have to be Gryffindor, though. I'm more of kind of like that knight that charges and tries to be honest and stuff.
Have you ever seen there's like a, I think the website used to be called Pottermore, but now it's just called like the Wizarding World. Have you taken like the actual like sorting
I probably did but no, I used to have one of my best friends in college used to was a regular person on Pottermore, like in the early days. She used to write fan fiction and everything.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah, so
true.
It was like a world for her. Yeah. And stuff. Yeah. So I know I've had those conversations. Yeah. It's just been a few decades.
Yeah. I'm in another Harry Potter hyperfixation right now because I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay, sure.
For the last, since Christmas. Yeah. Really. Started out as a Slytherin, because that's my house, I'm a Slytherin.
Okay.
And then...
Go watch out for you.
Anytime someone asks me what my star sign is, because I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
They're like, oh. I'm just like, I promise I'm not mean. I promise. And then same whenever I tell them I'm a Slytherin. I'm just like, I promise... I'm like, if Draco Malfoy actually had a redemption arc in the books. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo, and I'm more like Hermione, so I'm definitely more Gryffindor.
Yeah. True. This might just be me being obsessed with Harry Potter right now, so I'm just asking Harry Potter related questions. Sorry if you don't like Harry Potter, I guess. Specifically, who is your favorite Defense Against the Dark Arts professor? And then your favorite professor just in general.
Professor Lupin was the Dark Arts, wasn't it? Like, am I good enough to remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah. And
Remus is one of my favorite characters.
I forgot that one now.
Just like your favorite professor in general.
In general, oh, McGonagall. Definitely. She would kick butt.
True.
She's the kind of teacher I aspired to be, the one that kind of I expect you to find your seats,
Yeah.
The one you don't mess with.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'll spare listeners the rest of my Harry Potter related questions. Is there anything else you'd like to kind of add in closing? Anything upcoming in the world of the STEM school and...
Oh, well, we do have some cool things coming up. We do have STEM Day coming up next week on Friday. That's usually we get about anywhere from 100 to 300 high school students in to kind of come into our labs and learn about some of the stuff we do and talk about STEM. And that's something I kind of put together and work on making sure it goes smoothly, which is usually okay, you know. And then we're going to be out and about this semester. We're going to go out to the Rural STEM Day in Alexandria and talk to some 5th and 6th grade kids about STEM there. We're going to go up to the air show in March and go to the Star Base. We'll be part of that exhibit, the Star Zone stuff up there.
Nice.
And kind of get interactions there. We also have the DMA Math Classic coming in March as well, so we're hoping local high schools are gearing up and ready for that. And it's an intense quiz bowl. I mean, these kids are awesome. It was very fun to watch when I got to see them last year. So that will be fun. What else are we doing? We're doing a lot of different things this spring. But yeah, in general, I mean, if anybody out there listening is interested in coming and doing science, come give us a call. Come visit us. Do a campus tour, and we'll show you what we got, because we do it all. I mean, we've got kids that want to go to med school and biology that have a pretty successful time, and we've got the physical sciences are really growing. We've got actually a physics concentration that is a physics major, basically, that allows you to go to physics grad schools. But we don't just throw it at you and go, good luck. We want to help you really learn it. Chemistry, same way. And they kind of focus on material science too, so they can kind of set you up for grad school for that. Our engineering school is soon to branch out a little bit, I hope, into not just engineering technology, but also industrial engineering. Hopefully that's coming soon. And then our math is growing into working with AI and computers. They actually have a computer science degree now. So if you don't necessarily want to work in like Homeland Security and that kind of stuff, if you want to do like AI and data analysis and actual science and stuff like that, our math program's growing into that sector too. So we've got a lot of exciting things going on in the department and the school right now. Awesome. So yeah, anybody's interested, come on.
Heck yeah. One final question for me, just because I was thinking about it. I remember a couple years ago, I read a article on the NSU website about an observatory on the top of Fournet. Is that a thing?
Like, it is there, but it no longer is the telescope because we were trying to fix the roof and the light pollution from the football stadium.
Oh, dang it!
But we do have the building. But we do have an astronomer in our department that does teach astronomy class every once in a while. He's actually Dr. Thibodeau. And I haven't checked with it lately if he's actually been doing any gazing stuff. But, I mean, that's something we'd always potentially could do. As well.
I took chemistry with Dr. Thibodeau.
Yeah.
He was my advisor when I was still a bio major.
Okay.
But now I'm a bio minor.
Yep, so, I know.
Yeah. See, like, I love science. I just suck at math.
Okay.
Was never good at it. Like, I love biology, and I love, like, doing, like, chemical experiments and, like, chemical trials and stuff like that. I'm just so bad at math. I'm just so bad at math.
That's unfortunate. We'll have to, like, figure out how to fix that someday.
Yeah. Like,
but you know what? We need people to talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's very important for us as well. Is having people at least know the world a little bit.
Right.
And kind of get the voice out there. Not all of us scientists are good at talking.
Right.
So we need that as well.
Okay.
So.
All right.
So another thing we have is we have the veterinary technology department that's also unique to the state and is also a great way if you want to go into vet school to have a path that actually gives you real hands-on experience, not just a plain biology degree with all kind of just basic lab experience. They actually do surgical stuff. So you could either go in and become just a vet tech that you can get done as an associate or the advanced level, but then you can also maybe go on to vet school as well. So that's also a great opportunity in our school.
Awesome. When I was younger, I wanted to be a veterinarian so bad, and I almost picked that as my major. But then as I got older, I was like, I physically would just crumple into a puddle if I had to euthanize animals.
It's a tough part of the biz.
I can't do that. Yep. I can't do that. Cannot. Absolutely cannot.
It's the same way when somebody wants to be a doctor and then they can't stand the sight of blood. You know, it's one of those things that's your
went through a phase of through a phase of wanting to be a nurse because my brother he's a cath lab nurse now.
Okay.
Could not stick somebody with an IV needle. I have tattoos and piercings. Can't stick somebody with an IV. Cannot do it.
Yep, and that's one of those signs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kudos to all the vet techs and medical personnel.
Yep.
You are way stronger than I am. So thank you again, Professor Dugas, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
Our next episodes, we will have one episode come out in February, one in March, one in April, and one in May. Like I previously mentioned, Dr. Masahito Kuroda is going to be one of the people that I interview next, hopefully for February. Fingers crossed. And then I know another professor we'll be talking to is Dr. April Giddens. It's my boyfriend's aunt. Hi, Miss April. We're going to be talking about their small business that they run, and a couple of other professors throughout the semester. Once again, this has been Thinkers, Tinkers, and Talkers. Thank you all for listening, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye!